Businesses and purchasing agents that try to save a few dollars by buying cheap checks always regret it after experiencing only one incident of check fraud. Check fraud continues to be the most dominant form of payment fraud. Check fraud produces the greatest losses for businesses more than all other forms of payment fraud combined, including credit card fraud, wire fraud, and ACH fraud. It is also one of America's least prosecuted financial crimes. When purchasing checks, clients typically think, how much do they cost per thousand? However, a criminal does not take a block of 1,000 checks and try to commit fraud on all of those checks simultaneously. Fraud occurs one check at a time, so it is more appropriate to think in terms of how much per check. A high-security check has only a few pennies more than a cheap check. Given that each check presents an individual opportunity to commit fraud, spending a few pennies more to protect the money in your bank account is a wise choice. Remember, the legal environment has changed, placing more responsibility for preventing check fraud on customers instead of banks. Prudent companies view using high-security checks as one of the most effective, easiest, and least expensive steps they can take to protect themselves from unnecessary losses. If you think about it, you're making an incredibly important purchase. Your checks give fraudsters direct access to all of the money in your bank account.